So I watched Biden's speech, or oh my god, I'm so torn on this shit. I'm so torn on this shit. So first of all, am I tripping or did Biden fall asleep when he was taking questions? And then on top of that, why he fell asleep? Did he like? Was he like sleepwalk answering and actually had a moment of telling the truth? Is it that Biden is in this thing where this early stage dementia or Alzheimer's, whatever you want to call it, because it's something. Fuck it, it's something. And he's like, the last thing he remembers is the indifference between him and Bernie Sanders, and he's convinced himself that he is actually Bernie Sanders or some shit. Or is the guy that he's wanted to be all this time the guy he's convinced himself that he is, even though he's not actually, or even conducting any policy that would be, but is that what's going on? Because of the things he's saying is not what he's been saying, or maybe he's just smart enough to know he does have a little bit of mental capacity left to know that, hey, these are some times, boy, we got to say the right thing to these people, even though we ain't doing that shit. I don't fucking know. All I know is that he pulled out of Afghanistan, and I got to give him credit for that shit. But that aside, where I talked about that, let's get to this speech. Where he fell asleep. Like he was holding the little folder shit, and he was like, wait, I'm still I got something I can use. There we go. So he was, no, I don't want to bend that shit. Here we go. Give me that. So he was holding his little thing, right? And he was like, and he said, come on, man. No, I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you. No. I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you a serious question. I don't even, at that point, I didn't know what the fuck he was asking the guy. Like, what were you asking him? And then, so he's holding this thing, and I guess he's like, oh, he's not going to tell me. And I was like, man, what is this secret that he wants this guy to tell him? But fuck all that. So then he puts his head down like he's thinking. I mean, he just kind of, and then he wakes up all of a sudden. It was crazy. I didn't know what the fuck that was about. Like, it's like he was thinking about something. He was having an introspective moment, and he fell asleep, and then he fucking woke up. That shit was crazy. That's not even the point of this video. I'm just saying that was fucking crazy. That was crazy. But I listened to the speech real time when I was driving home, and there were some things that was said that I thought was fair, and I would give credit to him for it, right? But then the problem was, and I can't let go of this. I just can't, because it seems wrong. And I know you would think it seems right, but it seems fucking wrong, and it bothers me every time I hear it. He said, in describing the soldiers that died, he said, these brave heroes, paraphrasing, gave their lives. Oh, that pisses me. Oh, that bothers me. Now, you might be saying, oh, well, they did give us their lives in honor, protecting, that's what he said, protecting the people trying to get out, right? It might be petty of me. It might be petty of me, man. But I don't think so. I've seen some things, both as a soldier and as a contractor. And so certain things just don't sit with me. This dude said they gave their lives, right? When in all actuality, their lives were taken. Fucking taken. And you might say, oh, you're splitting hairs, potato, banana, tomato, banana, whatever, tomato, whatever the fuck, right? No, I think there's a very clear distinction, and it's very important that we make a distinction and understand why. True enough. They were there, they were serving, they signed up to serve, and they were standing their posts, guarding the perimeter, the area, securing the area, as we're going about getting people out. True enough. The problem is, the reason that just had to happen in the first place. And you might say, oh, no, we can't. No, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Straight up and down. Fuck you. Why were we there? You see what I'm saying? Don't tell me that these people gave their lives when their lives were taken, when it didn't have to be this way, because we should have been out of there so long ago. Technically, we shouldn't have been there. We shouldn't have been there. 9/11 wasn't planned in Afghanistan. Fact. We went to Afghanistan. We had already had plans to go to Afghanistan. 9/11 was planned in Pakistan. The hijackers, you've heard the story 1,000 times before already. The majority of the hijackers came from Saudi Arabia. We invade this country. First of all, we could have got bin Laden before going into the country because the Taliban was willing to turn them over. We didn't want it like that. So we go in. And then we finally get bin Laden, and then we stay. And this is the real rub. We stay so that rich people can make money. Because that's what it comes down to. So I understand that these service members were there standing their posts and guarding their brothers and sisters and fellow Americans and Afghanistan personnel trying to get them out of there. That's brave, right? But they didn't have to be there. They shouldn't have been there. Their lives were taken. That's why I said their lives were taken. He said that we owe them better. Yeah, you do. You do, motherfucker. You do. And you ain't doing it. Y'all haven't did it. And even as this is going on, you still got congressmen, senators, fucking warmongers, war hawks, the elite, the ruling factions, and dumb people trying to get us to stay there so more lives can be lost, right? Like, understand that when people go to war, right? When people leave their families, these families are fucking destroyed. They're torn up, right? All kinds of shit happens, man. And goddamn if they die. That shit means something. And these motherfuckers are making these decisions, right? But before they make any of these decisions, they get stock options and shit. They talk to their real constituents, right? For campaign donations and shit. And to be quite honest, before those congressmen and senators and whoever the fuck, before they even make those decisions, you've had uber wealthy power players decide behind the scenes years back before we go anywhere that we got to get in here because we need to get to those resources. So the idea that you are spreading democracy, the idea that we are spreading democracy is full of shit. The only thing brave about it is this person on the ground risking their life to save and support the person right next to them on the ground, because they both know they are in some shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of you would choose to believe that, oh yeah, democracy and shit. No, those lives were taken needlessly. And I ain't just talking about because of the fucked up way we pulled out. I'm talking about shouldn't have been there in the first place. And yeah, you can shoulda, woulda, coulda. I understand that. And you can want to give the credit for the pullout. I understand that. But goddamn, man. you want me to take seriously the person that might possibly catch coronavirus or some shit that's like in a whole nother city, state, country, whatever, some motherfucker who has the ability to shelter in place or COVID lock in and work from home. Meanwhile, the rest of every fucking body else has the goddamn go to work at the Kroger, and go to work at the Burger King, or get their fucking compensations cut, hours cut, and get out there and scrape by, so you can have your fucking coffee or whatever the fuck. And those people have to be mandated to wear this or inject that, right? So that your scared ass in your living room somewhere, who I will never see, cannot get sick, and then still, even if you get sick, have a 0.05% of actually being hospitalized and dying, right? You want me to take that life seriously, right? That hypothetical situation. But you don't take the lives of these people who you sent to war, you've allowed to go to war. You don't take those lives seriously, because if there's a chance you can make some bucks, right, for selling some aircrafts that we ain't even gonna fly, you know what I'm saying, jets that don't even fucking work, tanks that we don't even fucking use anymore, right? Or MREPs that we're gonna fucking use in the country that we shouldn't even be in, and then fucking abandon and just give away to the motherfucking Taliban, right? If you're gonna make some bucks over that, you will deploy all of us, because your sons and daughters ain't got to go. And then what you tell us in the end is that they gave their lives for this country. I wonder if, when you think about this country, if you even include us in that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about this for a second. Need healthcare. We're in the pandemic. They ain't getting that shit. Need infrastructure. They ain't gave that shit. They been ain't gave that shit. Now they even talking about doing it. They ain't talking about doing what they should do. None of that shit. The populace of the country needs something. Need help. You have to fight with and move earth and heaven to get even a crumble of it. But they write a letter to the Fed and tank on billions to trillions for people who are already wealthy. Not fuck wealthy, who are already uber rich. Jeff Bezos flies in the atmosphere off of your hard-earned sweat, tears, dollars, and all that shit, and taxes that he ain't got to pay, and benefits as you suffer in a fucking pandemic of opportunity for the rich, and then laughs at you and says, hey, it's because of you I'm able to go fly and spend $1 billion to fly in the atmosphere for a few seconds. I wonder if they really even consider us as, a part of America. Like, I mean, yeah, we're in the country. Yeah, we're citizens. Like, don't be stupid. Don't think that I'm saying something ridiculous. I'm saying, do they even consider your life to be important or worth anything? I mean, consider that motherfuckers flip a biscuit if they want to raise the minimum wage, or make it so that waitress can make more than $3 or $2 an hour, while they got like millions and billions of dollars. Like, consider that they don't invest any money in the schools, in the education of all of the country's people, not just those who are doing well and can be in a decent area, to doing uber well and be in the best area, all of the country, because you see that we all kind of I was going to say we all kind of rise and fall together, but again, apparently we don't. Because if we did, I wouldn't be making this video right now. That's the point of this video. We don't rise and fall together. Most of us are just falling while they are just rising constantly and ain't looking back. And now they want to go in outer space. Like, God damn, it's like, and you tell us after we die for nothing that we gave our lives. Remember when the George Floyd shit happened and Nancy Pelosi said, "Thank you, George Floyd. You gave your life." So, you see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to put it in perspective for you. Thank you, George Floyd. You gave your life so for what? George Floyd didn't give his life. You know, I don't give a fuck if you see him as a hero, not a hero, criminal, thug, motherfucking counterfeit $20 bill. I don't give a fuck how you see him, because the truth of the matter is he could be any fucking body, and you may not think that it could be you, but that's only because you haven't had the experience yet. You see what I'm saying? And it may not be the exact same experience, but the point is that any of us at any given time can be made to come face to face with just how worthless we are in the eyes of those who have infinite times more value than us in their eyes. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense? This cat said that they gave their lives. I just can't let that ride. I can't accept that and say, "Oh, good speech, Joe Biden, good speech. You will finally understand after you done." Oh, this is it's too much. And I don't know of any way that we can right this ship, to be quite honest with you. But I know one thing. Those soldiers volunteered their lives. But their lives were taken. And they were taken because they were put into a situation they didn't have to be in. And typically, if you are responsible for someone that you care about dying in a way that they did not have to die, you feel responsibility and guilt. And it should eat you. But they don't care. They just pretend like they care. He put his head down for a moment of silence. And then, puts his head back up in the haze and goes on his business as usual. Meanwhile, the media goes on, while hailing those people who died, who were murdered, as, heroes, but then beating the drum to send even more people in. Because why? Because they got to make money. They got to make money off the coverage. They got to make money off the weapons. They got to make money off the war. They got to make money off of our bodies. Our bodies. And I can't. I don't know, man. Fuck this. I'm out.